Eric's been all up in that shit. Isn't that right, Eric?
You guys gotta get me the fuck out of here.
Hey, guess what? I'm Eric's bitch.
No, you're not.
Yes! I am! I'm your bitch!
I look better standing.
All right, you guys, I hit record, so we can just start.
Yeah, we can just cut that out.
It's the BahaBottomBoyz, episode 3. Jay's back at it.
Justin's bitch ass is back after not showing up like a pussy.
Father of the year, simp of the year. Definitely not the third man you need on a podcast.
The fucking bitch, if you ask me. What you guys been up to? What have you guys been up to this week?
Shit, nothing. Just
Nothing?
nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nah, I'm on work from fucking, what is it, workman's comp. I'm staying at home doing nothing.
How are the kids
Kicking
doing?
hand, putting a cast.
How are the kids doing?
They're doing all right. They're back in school, so I ain't got to worry about them too much during the day.
There you go. What about you, Eric? What have you been up to this week?
Well, we're in Tampa. You got to worry about Juan DeFranco around the butt. I've just been working this week.
Juan
We ain't got to worry about Wander Franco. We're above age.
Yeah, oh,
We're legal.
He's the shortstop for the Rays. He got indefinitely suspended for an underage relationship with a 14-year-old minor.
Oh, dude, that's gross.
The best part about it is he thought he was going to get sent back to the minors.
The case is down in the Dominican Republic. He could literally pay his way out of it and get back to it.
I was about to say, Justin, you're a big...
more of a last or first name.
It's more of a last name, James Franco. Wander
Franco Harris.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true,
Does
Franco
this go
Harris.
into my never trust anyone with two first names theory?
Nah, because that's just about quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, so Justin, you watch baseball a lot, right? You're a big Rays fan. I'm a Rays fan too. I just don't watch baseball a lot. But you
You're
watch
casual.
it, right?
It's a casual.
What position you play?
Yeah.
Shortstop?
Huh?
He played shortstop?
Yes, sir.
Damn. Was he good?
Yeah. He was on pace to win a gold glove this year.
Holy shit, dude. Damn, that's a good way to fuck your life up, bro.
Yeah. He's only 22 years old.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, in the Dominican Republic, what are the laws on that?
Legal consent age is 18 years old. So
Nigga, he fucked up.
there's no claim to this 14-year-old one. That's just on social media. There's a 17-year-old girl who went after him through the legal system.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, dude, if he did that shit, he deserves what's coming to him, man.
He'd be good at blackjack though. Never hit over 16.
Well, Eric, how's work been going?
It's going good. Just slinging packages for FedEx like a slave.
Remember what we talked about in the group chat? What we were talking? You had a theory based on. Let me.
Oh, the world is too educated.
The world is too educated because you work you're a manager at FedEx, correct?
Yes.
So you deal with like the hiring process and just managing employees and whatnot.
Sits in his car and jerks off if he's not out on the road.
Yeah.
All right, so I said in the group chat, I said any specific topics for tomorrow. I got about 1,000 things we can talk about, but let me know if you have an episode idea or a specific topic you guys want to start with.
Yeah.
Eric responded and said, I have a theory that the world is too educated and it's bad for society.
Just call this episode population control. We'll get,
There you
we'll
go.
get a million hits guaranteed.
All right, so why do you believe, Eric, dive into your theory on why you think the world is too educated and it's bad for society. Explain yourself.
Think about it. Who's gonna do the grunt? Or like, is some chick with a sociology degree gonna smile and serve my Chick-fil-A? No, she's not even like that. She's at Chick-fil-A because she's a liberal.
She'll love it at Chick-fil-A. It's her pleasure. God's chicken.
You guys know I worked at Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah, didn't you get fired for being
That was
like,
no,
gay?
I didn't get fired. What? Fuck you, bitch. I quit because they were just. I can explain what happened, dude. It was crazy. So I was working the chicken one day. I was like the breader or whatnot, and we had this manager named Perry, and he was a fucking weirdo, you guys. Like seriously, he was like a big Jesus freak, and nothing wrong with that. I believe in Jesus too, but he was like the guy that shoves it down your fucking face. And we ran out of chicken the day before, and it was just bad. We had a line down the road.
God's plan.
What'd you guys say?
God's plan.
Anyway, so I told Perry, I said, hey man, should I pull out some more chicken to thaw it because yesterday we ran out of chicken and it looks like today's a lot like yesterday. And this motherfucker comes up to me to where only I can hear him and he goes, hey man, I have a question for you. I was like, what's up? He's like, are you a Christian? And at the time I wasn't. At the time I was agnostic. I was like 19. So I was like, no, not really. He's like, well, I think you'd be a lot less negative if you were. And I was just so offended, bro, because he's basically saying like, yo, you would be happier if you joined my cult. And I was just like,
I mean, you'd be a lot more negative, but just in a really like gaslighting way.
it was so fucked up, dude. And I was so taken back because at the like in general he's a good guy. So like when he came up to me and said that, I was like, what? Like, aren't Christians supposed to be accepting and loving and all this stuff?
No, that's a front.
Yes,
That's
dude.
what
And I
they're
realized
supposed
that,
to be.
That's how they get you indoctrinated into their cult.
dude. I realized, oh, listen, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I don't go to church, but I realized that working at Chick-fil-A, like they're not that nice, bro. They're like, that's a facade. Like 90% of them, like when they say my pleasure and that they walk away, they have the worst fucking attitude behind it. Like at McDonald's, when we were all working at McDonald's, if I have a genuine, like, that's why I liked working the window, because when people come by drunk as fuck at 3 a.m. or whatnot, it would be fun. I would have a genuine conversation with them and whatnot. And then I would say, have a good one. You know what I'm saying? And some of the conversations made my day. But Chick-fil-A, dude,
you're making $8 an hour. If you genuinely like somebody, you genuinely like them. You didn't
right?
just-
Exactly.
You were doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the most toxic work environment I ever had. And there was a couple kids that were not Christians as well.
Chick-fil-A or McDonald's?
No, McDonald's was awesome. I still
Yeah.
talk to you guys today. But Chick-fil-A, that was the most toxic work environment I've ever experienced. All the kids that were, if you labeled yourself as not Christian.
You mean besides the McDonald's, when we had a manager meeting while you were still crewing, it was just all the managers
Shit talking
roasting
you
for 20 minutes?
Yeah, but I think that like hooked me up though in the long run. I think everybody was like, why don't we just make him a manager and roast him here?
I wanted to make you a manager, and remember they didn't want you to, and they were going to make someone else, and you actually got mad because the one older chick had to say no for you to get in. You got offended.
Well, no, everybody knew. My thing at McDonald's was I started there when I was 17, and it was my first job. But by the time I was 18, working overnights, I basically had it down. And then I think they're gonna promote somebody else, and I told Sam, who was the girl? Tally. Tally was awesome. She was the one, because I went up to her. I was like, "What, Tally? Why aren't they making me manager?" I was like, I know how to do this shit. All I have to do is learn how to break down the system." And she's like, "You're right."
This whole podcast leading up is like a big if you made a what if, because remember I picked you up randomly at that apartment because you didn't have a ride. What if Sam Wintry? What if Sam just fired you because you're like, fuck this, and I end up never meeting you because that was the first time I met you, was picking you up at an apartment.
That wasn't the first time we met. We worked together for a couple days.
We did, but I had no idea who you were. They're like, go pick this kid up. I actually never saw. I didn't know who you were because we never talked.
Yeah, Eric got me out the hood. No, seriously, anybody that knows Newport Richie knows that Wintry is no fucking joke, dude. That's like the most hood neighborhood in Newport Richie.
Nah, I remember last episode we already initiated that Eric is your consciousness in human form. You got yourself out the hood.
Yeah.
I think your conscience was in a Camaro too.
Picked you up by your bootstraps.
I can tell you guys, I'll give you, because I've worked like 20 jobs. My favorite companies I've ever worked for is honestly McDonald's, but I also worked at another McDonald's in Savannah, and it wasn't as cool. So I think the McDonald's in Florida was based on the people, because everybody there was pretty fucking cool.
Who you work with is what makes the place you work.
Exactly.
Terrible.
That's 100%, dude. 100%, dude.
Like,
I was working at McDonald's.
Really love.
I was working at McDonald's happy as shit because I get to go to work and just bullshit with you, Tony. How's Tony doing, by the way?
Last I knew, he had a kid. And moved out sick.
What?
You don't have him on Facebook?
I don't have a Facebook, you guys.
No,
yeah.
that's right.
You ain't got him on the gram?
Devin like Devin like to troll certain pages we won't mention to not get canceled on YouTube.
Well, that was on Twitter, not on Facebook.
No, it was also on Facebook.
That's right. That's right.
that was on Facebook.
Dude, you know the Pasco County Sheriff's Department blocked me on Twitter.
I remember that.
You know how I did that? Remember when they were on PD Live?
Oh yeah.
They would have a hashtag and it would like pop up on their shit, and I would literally just say the most ignorant shit like every 5 minutes. And it took it about like an hour until they blocked me. I was like, hell yeah. Took a screenshot of that. I should make that like an album cover.
You should.
Yeah. Speaking of album covers, I'm gonna ask you guys something. What is, because I'm a musician, what, honestly, don't hate, no trolling, what's your favorite song of mine?
Love yours.
I thought it was Make Yours.
Make yours.
Yeah, Make Yours, yeah, but it is a
That's
reference to
big
Love
goal.
Yours.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
No, mine's always been Make Yours, and then what was the other one? Highlight Reel was a good one too.
Hell yeah, dude. And I wrote Highlight Reel about a kid from Chick-fil-A. Did I tell you the story of why that song came about? Because the
I
kid,
believe so.
let me go over it, dude, because it's a fucking ballin' ass story, bro. So the kid, I would go there and I'd be like, hey, I'm a rapper. And everybody, like I said, it was toxic, dude. Like everybody's like, yeah, fucking right. Just fuck off. They just didn't believe in themselves. And I got in this conversation with this kid. I was like, hey man, why do you like hate on me? Why are you saying that I can't do this? And he was like, I don't know, whatever. I forget what he said. I was like, well, what was your dream growing up? And he's like, well, I want to be a basketball player. I was like, well, why did you stop playing basketball? And he's like, sophomore year, something happened, blah, blah, blah.
But he was also probably like 5'9", and God intervened.
Got a body like me.
Yeah, well, no, he was like, he was a black kid, dude, and he wasn't that fucking. I think he was like 5'10". He wasn't that big, but the whole reason why the conversation started. The reason why the conversation started was because he was hating on me for no fucking reason. And I was just like, well, what was your dream when you were a kid? And he's like, I want to be a basketball player. I was like, well, why aren't you doing that right now? And he got mad and huffy puffy. And he's like, why don't you send me your SoundCloud account? And I was like, I'll send you my SoundCloud account as soon as you send me your fucking highlight reel. And I was like, matter of fact, fuck you. I'll make a song called Highlight Reel and I'll send that to you. How about that? And then that's where that song came about. That's why I said that boy gassed up until he made my fucking highlight reel. I put that boy on my highlight reel.
I like how Devin's that whole song is just an obscure ass reference to something personal.
Oh yeah, that's every one of my songs. Why do you think I like Drake? Same, bro.
And then second verse, Monica.
A whole ass song called Monica Get Molly.
I
He's
changed
got,
it.
one bar in every song is dedicated to Monica.
I mean, I always told her, I said, listen, I'm not afraid to get my heart broke because in the end of the day, it's gonna help my art. Like that's always been my thought process. Taylor
Swift's motto.
I know, and it's a lot of people's mottos. Like I get into relationships not hoping, but like in my mind. You
set yourself up for failure to improve your artwork?
Kind of subconsciously, bro. If I'm being real with you, yeah, because I like being single.
That's
like,
what I've had this theory. You can't make good art without pain.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's called pressure, bro.
Think about it. If there was no pain in the world and everyone just was like, had everything they wanted, all the memes would just be like live, laugh, love, and dad jokes. Like,
you're 100% correct, Eric. 100% correct. Why do you think?
Like what witty things are we gonna say when we're all just like fucking playing like croquet and shuffleboard with each other?
You're 100% correct, Eric. You know what the best art comes from? It comes
self-deprecation.
No, not even. Listen, it comes from traumatic event that happened to somebody. Like say something fucked up really happens to you and you can't do anything about it. Like it is what it is. Someone dies, tragic accident, a breakup, anything that could be super traumatic to you. And you literally can't do anything about it. The only thing you can do really is write a poem or draw a picture or something. That's the only way you can kind of get that feeling or expression out. So you're 100%
get post-nut clarity.
Yeah, well, it's kind of just like you're giving yourself what is the word? It starts with the C. Closure. You're kind of giving yourself closure because you have no way to deal with this trauma that happened. Like you have no way to say goodbye to this person.
So you just make unhealthy jokes about it.
I wouldn't say unhealthy jokes, but like you just express yourself, how you just say what you wish you could have said to that person or in that particular incident or that situation. And that's
basically artistic therapy.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's where it comes from, you guys. So
that's why I always get milk when I go to the grocery store because Dad will come back one day.
It reminds you of Dad. You finished the goal 4.
Can I recommend a book for you guys that changed my life? When I was like 18. I didn't read it. I listened to it while I was working.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I listened to like the ebook version. It's it's Carl Jung. Y'all know Carl Jung, right?
I believe so. I've heard of it.
It was like he's like Sigmund Freud. He was actually Sigmund Freud's student who ended up doing.
I thought that was the guy who wrote Hungry Hungry Caterpillar.
Bruh. But he was Sigmund
It's
Freud.
like Eric Carmen.
I watched like all of the last season last night. I was up until like 4 in the morning watching season 26. But Carl Jung was Sigmund Freud's student, and he basically they were like best friends, but then they ended up having a dispute about something. Carl Jung's thing was you don't want to fuck your mom. You just see your because Sigmund Freud is basically like you want to fuck your mom subconsciously. Carl Jung,
mommy kink is.
yeah. But Sigmund Freud's or Carl Jung's theory was you don't want to do actually fuck your mom. It's just since you're a kid or your dad, vice versa if you're a female.
You found comfort in that person. They were your model for what.
Exactly. I've had this conversation with you before, Justin. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, exactly. It's just the fact that that's what a female or a male figure looks like to you. So that's what you go or acts like. So that's what you go for when you get older. You go for something similar because it brings you comfort.
Or you go for something different because if you look at the like my parents, I've had 2 dads and they both dipped out on me.
Yeah,
so I'm not looking for something like that.
That's true.
That's
exactly true.
That actually is like some sort of Guinness record right there.
I hate to say this, but if you look at a lot of gay people, if you look at their parents, it's exactly what you just said, Justin. It's like something, and I will totally get canceled for saying this, bro. But I will say it. I don't give a fuck. Like if you look at the mom or the dad of a gay kid, it's kind of like there's something wrong with them. Like okay. If a girl has a dad that's like fat or just lazy, unmotivated, there's more likely she'll be a lesbian when she gets older.
So you're telling me my children are going to be lesbians?
Nah, dude, because you're a good dad.
Oh, I thought you said fat and unmotivated.
Nah, dude, you know what I mean. I meant like, yes, you're chubby, but you're not like you're a good dad. I mean like someone that's on drugs or someone that's
like Devin,
borderline retarded. You know what I mean?
Devin,
like those.
Devin.
This is called self-projection.
Yeah, that's why I don't have children, guys. No, but
you're a good Christian and you don't want to raise homosexuals.
No, you know why I don't have
Christian.
Seriously.
A good Christian would be fruitful and spread his seed.
Not if you. What did J. Cole say, bro? I swear to God.
For what? Procreation.
Listen, no, dude. J. Cole, the best rap song of all time to me. This is why I don't say. This is why I can't really argue when you say J. Cole's better than Drake because I get the argument. I just don't agree with it. One of the best rap song to me of all time is J. Cole, Lost Ones. And I was like, he dropped that like 15 years ago. It was when he was young as fuck. And have you guys ever heard that song?
Yeah.
Dude, that's an incredible song, bro. The way that he did the second verse, where he did it from the girl's perspective and what he talked about. But what he said in that song, he says, I refuse to bring my boy or my girl in this world when I ain't got shit to give them. And I'm not with them that be knocking girls up and skate out. So girl, you better think about how the options way out. What's the way out?
But he was talking about getting an abortion.
Exactly, but he's also said, I refuse to bring my boy or my girl in this world when I ain't got shit to give them.
Yeah, but none of that makes you a good Christian.
I'm not trying to be a good Christian. I'm just talking about being a good man in general, the type of person that I want to be.
You're part of the population. You're a sheep.
That's a lie, Eric.
That's why you always watch porn, isn't it?
No, I try not to watch porn as much as possible.
You try not, except for like that one time before he goes to bed every night.
No, dude, I try not to.
Sometimes
I slip up. Yeah.
What's everyone's go-to porn? Like, what's that one porn you have off the top of your head right now that you just can like pull up and it's like that's the like that always.
That's your comfort porn.
I can't. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Everyone's got a comfort porn.
I can't tell you.
What's the porn star you would go to the most?
Cecilia Lion. I have a song. Yours is Kiara Noir.
Yeah, but she got a titty job and it kind of looks weird.
Who? Cecilia Lion?
Kiara Noir.
Cecilia Lion just got old. I don't even think she's doing it anymore. And my song, her song has a lot of views on my YouTube. Like,
probably because I thought it was gonna reference like the porn star.
What's the video you would do, Justin?
I don't know if I have a go-to video.
What about an artist?
But like, if I had a favorite performer. That's hard because there's a lot of them.
And just to point this out, we're joking about this. We do not promote this shit. This is shit we used to do when we were younger. We're kind of just making a joke. I just want to throw that out there. One,
I'd go Gina Valentina.
Who the fuck is that?
Obscure.
What? Quality. She sounds like she has red hair, bro. Does she have red hair?
Yeah.
Justin likes obscure.
She does?
Look it up. She has
red hair?
So incognito.
Wait, Justin, is that a girl on Wild 'N Out, bro?
No.
She's 26 years old.
Okay, Justin
She's like
Teen.
Venezuelan or Colombian.
Oh, yeah, and since we're just kidding us, mine is Bella Danger and Jenna Fox when they're just like these two lesbian wrestlers and they're pretending they're doing UFC.
Dude, Justin Teen Valentina is just like Justin when he goes trans. He's just fucking telling us.
Look her up. Right
He's
now.
coming out right now. Dude, she's on Wild 'N Out, man.
No.
She is?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is on
No.
Wild 'N Out.
You ever seen
Just-
that one with Autumn Falls where she's stuck in the elevator?
It's wait, it's Justina Valentine, correct?
No, Gina Valentina.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I got it mixed up, man.
Like I said, go
Gina.
incognito, look her up.
I don't need to go incognito. I own my own shit. Gina, what?
Valentina.
Valentina. And this is what you guys can do at home. Rank our porn stars. Who has the best favorite porn star? Mine, Cecilia Lyon. What's yours, Eric?
It's Karen. Oh, there's a video with Karen Noir and this one.
Oh, dude,
chick
she
where-
is, bro. I
where
ain't gonna
they're-
lie, bro. She
where
looks
they're-
like,
where they're lesbians, but they're also at like a wake and they start going down on each other at a wake for some weird reason.
okay, Eric, stop bringing up pornos you watch. But this girl is fucking hot, dude. I ain't gonna lie. She looks
Who?
like Gina Valentina. She looks like Selena Gomez, but she's a porn star, bro. She's a succubus. She's stealing your energy.
She can suck my best all she wants.
Who's our favorite who's our favorite male porn star with the female porn stars? No homo.
No, dude, I don't. The fact that you even asked that question,
Bro, we're not gonna give
No, the fact that you even know some
Dude.
dudes' names, bro, that is sus.
You don't know who J Mac or Johnny Sins is.
The
No, fuck no,
Yes, you
dude.
do.
No,
Stop
I
lying.
don't, Eric. On everything I love, I don't. I can name you
I'm Devin's
one.
conscious and I represent all the homophobic thoughts and said that he thinks will make him gay. So now he's extremely self-conscious.
Any
about it.
man that knows, I guarantee you, any straight
You don't
male
know
that
who
listens
Jordi
to this will
El
tell
Niño
you.
Pollo- You don't know who Jordi El Nino Pollo is?
No, the only
Johnny Love?
the only
Lexington
porn stars
Steele?
I know of that are men are celebrities that have pornos, like Ray J and who's that guy, the drummer for the band that fucked Pamela Anderson?
Oh, Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. Like that's
What's
the
the-
porn stars I can give you, bro. I
What's the
can't.
Lena the- what's
Adam
the-
22.
What about Adam 22 with Lena the Plug?
Okay, yeah, but
Good
Adam
talk.
22 is also a celebrity.
He looks like Lena the Plug.
Dude, I remember they had a porno like
You know who J
back
Mac
in the
is,
day.
Brian.
And I
Everyone
remember
knows who J Mac and fucking Johnny Sins are.
I do not know, dude. I'm telling you right
Fair
now, and I
play.
think it's fucking weird that y'all know who the motherfuckers are.
Have you ever seen those memes of this man's an icon? He was an astronaut, a doctor, a firefighter, and all this, and it's a bald dude?
No, dude. I probably have, but I probably didn't get it.
That's fucking Johnny Sins.
All right, well, y'all are weird for know
It's not
that.
weird. It's not weird.
It's
We're just men of culture. We're called connoisseurs.
Connoisseurs of
What were you
dick,
talking-
dude.
no,
What the
connoisseur
fuck are you
sounds
talking about, bro? He's a connoisseur. He's like, this
We're-
one has the best
we're-
dick,
we're
bro.
Connoisseurs.
We're cockaseurs.
Oh,
that
my
sounds gay as
god,
shit.
that's hilarious. Hey,
Sounds
Justin,
like a sampled dick on the weekends.
Justin, it's good to have you back,
the
man.
photo right there.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, dude, it's good to have you back. Me and Eric, the last podcast, were kind of just sitting there looking at each other awkwardly, like, what the fuck? And on
No,
the
it's good.
playback, it was
I
a
listened
good,
to the pod. I appreciate y'all talking shit about me.
it was a good podcast, but like
There's
me
this
and Eric
time-
can go, dog. But what I'm saying is, like, with you additional, I can talk for days, bro.
There's a sign on Justin's fridge that says you packed the lunch, but looking at his waistline, I can tell it wasn't Justin.
I have to remind Jackie to grab her lunch out the fridge because she forgets.
Packed a salad.
Let's get into stories, bro. You know what's funny? Sometimes I'll look up before any of like the Ukraine shit happened. I always looked up what other countries really had to say about America, because there's like the obvious ones, like they're fat and whatnot. But I really looked it up, and most countries, like most people from different countries, believe that we get lied to by our government. Like they say we're stupid, but really they think that it's because our government constantly lies to us, and they think that we're really into stories. He said, this Russian guy was like, I don't know why, but Americans, their whole dialogue is telling stories and relaying. So apparently in other countries,
Basically, we're a gullible nation.
I just think it's a part of our culture to tell stories. I think we're really good at it, and we just
Part of every culture to tell stories.
yeah, but we do it, and I
Yeah,
guess
but we embellish but we do it for entertainment value.
I think I just it's hard to like see it from their perspective because we're always
I
in
think
this
what they're
culture.
saying is we embellish a lot. We don't let a lie get in the way of a good story. Like we'll just go with the lie if the story sounds good.
Yeah, probably that's
Like
probably
we'll
something
tell
to
other
it.
countries shit about like Paul Bunyan as like a 10-foot fucker with an axe.
Dude, whenever I hear
Big
some,
ass fucking ox.
We just have bullshit. So, but then they'll also tell us weird shit. Like, although I don't know about Russians because when they tell you that they have a fleet of kids that have all fought bears, I tend to believe them.
dude, when I have you ever met
fucking UFC? Like,
have you ever met a Russian dude before?
Yeah, I work with the Russian guy, except he's
They're
really
cool
skinny.
as a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, they
To
are
be
cool.
honest with you, like, and they're not soft either, bro. I like them because they're
know.
white boys, but they're like you can tell they'll get down, bro. I like that shit, bro. I'm not gonna. Every time I meet a Russian dude, and it's so sad because I have a 7-Eleven that I go to every day in front of my house, and the kid will probably listen to this shit. He's cool as a motherfucker. He's from Ukraine. He moved here, and
he's not Russian then if he's from Ukraine.
no, but what I was gonna say is they have such similar, like they're very similar, bro. It's like America to
Because Russia
Canada.
thinks they own Ukraine, so
Well,
they've
all I'm
invaded-
I'm not
basically
all I'm
invaded
saying
each
is their people, their culture is similar. It's like us in Canada. So like to hear that they're fighting each other and to see what's going on, it's extremely sad to me because they're the same type of people, bro. Ukrainian, Russian, there's just a little line in between them. Like they're the same type of motherfuckers. So like when I see this shit, I'm like, damn, like these are like people that probably are related in some sense, going at it. You know what I mean?
Or, let me ask you something. What are you guys' thoughts for this football season?
Hold on one second, because the Zoom call said that we have 8 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is, if when it runs out, I'm just gonna end it, pause it,
Yeah.
and then we'll start a new one, and I'll just put the recordings next to each other. Sound good?
Yeah.
We're an open podcast. We tell people what the fuck is going on.
Don't cut it.
I was gonna say no before we get into football season, man. I was gonna say because I have some stories to tell. I wanted to tell the story about what happened to me a couple months ago when I got robbed. I know I told you guys, but I didn't tell you guys
You
in
told us on
detail.
the first pod.
Nah, man, but
You
it
did.
Did I?
Yeah, you've already told us.
About how you were taking that guy to the airport to go see his dying mom, and
Dude, I did not tell that story on the podcast.
Yes, you did.
Did I really?
Yes. You were high on the first pod too.
I was drunk too, to be honest with you.
crossfaded.
Devin's like, I don't remember.
Dude,
this
anyways,
fucking
bro,
pod.
listen, they fucking, let me just tell it, because I didn't go into detail, because the detail is what's really fucking crazy.
You
I'm
got
still,
robbed. You almost got robbed.
no, not even, bro.
You
Let me
drove,
tell
him
the
to,
story.
you drove him to Jacksonville, and then it got weird.
No, see, that's not what we didn't even go to Jacksonville. I cut it off right there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what happened was, I woke up at like 10 o'clock because I was sleeping all day, staying up all night, writing songs and shit. And my dad told me to go check on, because he is a property manager of a realtor guy. So he told me to check on this property and check on the guy that's supposed to be working on it. And it's the shopping mall right next to Walmart in Hudson. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, like, you know where the Walmart is in Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Where
where it
the Kmart used to be, and now it's
Used to be,
U-Haul.
it's a U-Haul. Yeah.
Okay, right next there, there's a shopping mall that's like in an L shape. He owns that whole shopping mall. So, and the guy that I was supposed to go check on is like the manager of it. So I leave, go check on him. And to be honest with you, they said that he had 2 Adderalls for me. And every once in a while, I'd take an Adderall. So I was like, all right, free Adderall. I'm going to go check on this shit, whatever. So I drive all the way from St. Pete to Hudson, which is like an hour drive. When I get there, we were just hanging out because I hang out with them all the time. There's a couple of them there, a couple people. And he said, listen, Frank, this guy that I met like a couple times, he's living like behind the building in his car with his girlfriend. He needs to get to Jacksonville because his mom is dying in Ohio and his brother lives in Jacksonville. He needs to get there by 7. So at first I was like, dude, I can't take you. It's my dad's truck. Like it's an old truck, whatnot. But then I called my dad because it's like just my conscience. I was like, his mom, you know what I'm saying? So I called my dad, told him. My dad said no. But then he called back 5 minutes later because it's his fucking mom. Like you know what I'm saying? We feel for him. Like if your mom is dying, bro, I got you. Like I'm your guy. If she's actually dying, like I'll take you there, bro. But so he said that, and then like, so I went up to him. I told him, I said, listen, man, I just need, because $80 because they were saying like he was gonna give me 300 at first, and I was like, I'm not gonna rob him for this. Like that's a fucked up thing. It's like give me $100 in gas, or when we get there, give me what I need to get back home, and that's it. Need some water. And
What if this was all? What? How do you know this is real? What if this is all a fever dream?
it's not a fever dream. Let me tell you, Eric. So I'm sitting there I get there like midnight. And because I left for like 11, I get there at midnight. I'm sitting there until 3 in the morning. I told him at 12:30, yo, I can take you. Let's go. And he's like, all right, I just got to make this play because he's a drug dealer or whatnot. I don't know. And I was like, all right, man. And then it started piecing together in my head because there is also an illegal, like, a game room that's a casino there. And I didn't know it was illegal at the time. They told me afterwards. And apparently someone robbed that lady the night before for all of her money. And now I pieced together that it was this guy, and he was trying to get the fuck out of town. And I could tell by his body language, like if your mom's really dying, you're not gonna take 3 hours to sell some drugs. Like if someone's saying I'll take you there now, you're gonna go. And I asked him, I said,
gotta get your money somehow.
You gotta respect the hustle.
nah, dude, because he had the money because he robbed the lady before. Like I'm not stupid. Okay, this is a life or death situation.
Do you have any money?
I have. I went up to him at 2:00 in the morning to his car. I said, listen, bro, you need to give me at least the money now. So just so I know. And there was a gun. It was actually in a garage. It's hard to explain. There's like a garage in the front, and he was kind of staying in that, but he was staying in his car. But we were in the garage, and there was a gun on the table. And when I saw the gun, I pieced it together. I was like, oh, he's the one who robbed him. Because he's a sketchy dude. He looks like he's on the run, whatnot. I was like, oh, all right. So right then and there, I realized because Steve, the guy that told me about it, the guy that I trust, he'd send me over there to go talk to him. And that's when I was like, give me the money. And I saw the gun. He's like, don't make me do this, Devin. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was just trying to start an argument with me. And I was like, bro, I'm just trying to take you to see your dead dying mom. I was like, why are you making this about me and you right now? I was like, just give me the fucking $100. Let's be on our way, man. He gives me 80. And he's giving me attitude about it. And right then and there, I knew he was gonna rob me in that garage, but he pussied out of it. So it's either he pussied out or he felt bad to where he didn't do it. Because that's why Steve sent me over there. They all knew about it, bro. And so I go back, I tell Steve. Steve is like, he's like, what the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Because he's mad because he didn't rob me right there. Because that's what he's supposed to do. Anyways, another hour passed. I tell him, we gotta go now or we're not going at all. Because it's 3:00 in the morning. I gotta go to Jacksonville, back to Tampa. And then his girlfriend, I went to go get his girlfriend out of the casino, and she's like, I'm not going. Like, she freaked out. I was like, I'm not going. And I was like, oh, because you don't want to be there when they rob me, bitch. That's what this is. And I kind of knew there. But then I also knew he wasn't gonna do it. So I was like, let me see what the fuck happens, right? So, dude, I'm telling you, bro, I went Super Saiyan mode, dog, because I took the Adderall when I first got there, and I had another one in my pocket.
Like the plot to a really bad movie
or a really
Anyways,
bad porno.
So I go there. He breaks up with his girlfriend because she's like, I'm not going, blah, blah, blah. So they do this whole thing where they break up, right? Right when he gets in the back of my dad's truck, I'm driving. He's right behind me. Steve's in the passenger seat. He's like, man, my girlfriend just dumped me. My mom's dying. Blah, blah, and I kind of know it's all fake at this point, but I just want to see what the fuck happens. And I'm literally leaving the shopping mall, and he goes, I got a gun. And I was like, well, you should leave it here because I'm not about to drive you all the way to Jacksonville and back for with a gun, dude. Fuck that. And right when I said that, he said, I'm about to use it. And just my intuition told me, like, right when he said I had a gun, I knew it was like, all right, it's about to go down. And I left my door a little cracked, bro. And he said, I'm about to use it. I jumped out of the fucking car, right? And the video is about to end, so hold on. Let me just end it. I'll call you guys back, all right?
All right.
To be continued.
To be continued.
All right, so I hit record. So
yeah,
where
you were at the part where you guys were chasing a group of Jews, and then what?
With a burning cross.
Okay, so I was in the car, and he said, I got a gun. I'm about to use it. And when he said I'm about to use it, I jump out of the bitch and I keep the car rolling. So the car is rolling, right? And it comes to a stop, like, because it was going maybe 10 miles per hour, and it was about 30 feet in front of me because I ran behind it. When I did that, bro, and I looked back at the car through the window, he had the gun to his head, right? And Steve, the guy that's he's in on it, right? So he hops out of the fucking car. He's like, no, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. I end up going back to the car. I'm like, bro, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. And he has a gun. He has this like crazy look in his fucking eyes, right? Anyways, everybody from inside Steve's house, there's like 4 people, run out. They convince him not to kill himself, whatnot. I said, Steve, give me your fucking phone right now. Give me your fucking phone. And he like grudgingly gave me his phone. So I ran out to the middle of 19, bro, and I called the police. I was like, dude, there's this guy, he fucking got a gun to his head in my back of my car, whatnot. About 30 fucking police show up, right? And I'm going off at this point because I have the Adderall and I took the other Adderall when the fucking cops came. So they're like, what happened? There's like 30 of them, bro. And I'm like, bro, this motherfucker said his mom was dying. I told him the whole story. And I was like, he wasn't, check if his mom's really fucking dying. She's not dying. It was crazy. He gave me this look. I was like, the fuck are you looking at, dude? I was going off, bro. And the cops, I had weed in my car. It was under my seat. And I told the cops, I said, search the fucking truck. Because when I left, I don't know what the fuck they put in there. And I'm not going to go down the road and you guys pull me over. And I have whatever the fuck they left in this truck. So search the fucking truck. So they searched it. And they were like, so did you see a gun? And I ended up telling them, like, I can't tell you if it was a gun or not. It looked like a gun. It was a fucking gun. I knew where he put it afterwards. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell. Because what if his mom is really dying? What if I'm tripping? So basically, the cops searched my truck, let me go, whatnot. And I haven't spoken to him since. But yeah, dude, I hopped out of that bitch so fast, bro. So fast. And he wasn't going to kill himself. He was going to rob. What they were going to do, because they robbed the casino. So he was going to rob me for my dad's truck to dip out, because they're assuming they're going to get caught. They're on the run. So might as well rob me too for the truck. And apparently Steve has done this before. He knows my dad. I guess he has a problem with stealing cars. So when he said, I'm going to use it, I think personally I jumped out too fast. I jumped out so fast that he kept the car rolling. He put the gun to his head because he realized he couldn't rob me right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I jumped out that bitch, bro.
But that makes no sense to me. If his whole intention was to, like, jack the car, once you hopped out, why didn't he just hop in the front seat and take off?
Because he put it to his head. And I think at that moment, I think in the garage, he realized he didn't want to do it.
He's got to be the dumbest mother. He had the car for free.
I know, but before we got in the car, bro, when we were in the garage, he was like, don't make me do this, Devin. And when he said that, I was like, what do you mean do what? And then I realized in the garage, like I said, I realized he was gonna rob me, but bitched out. So that's why I said I already knew it was kind of a robbery. When I got in the car, I just want to see what the fuck would happen. And he ended up putting the gun to his head because he's being pressured by Steve to take the car because Steve set it up and whatnot. So as an escape route, because instead of taking the car, because the car rolled and he had it to his head. And when I saw he had it to his head, I ran back up to the car, took the keys out real quick. And just the way it was all set up, I realized like that's what they were going to do, bro. I got the keys and I was like, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself.
Same place the whole time?
So
yes,
never left
bro. Never left. Same place, dude. This happened right, like when I jumped out of the car rolled to his back fucking door, and then all the people came out. It was like that, bro. It was crazy, dog. That's why I was like, let me just get this story out of the way, bro. Anyway,
so let me get this straight. The man wanted to steal your dad's truck.
Yes.
Didn't have the balls to put the gun to you to take the truck.
Yes.
You hop out of the truck, which means he had easy opportunity to just hop in the front and take off on it, but instead puts the gun to his head and says, don't make me do this.
Yes, because there's also cameras right where we were at.
His cameras.
Yes. That I had asked, trust me, dude, that's what, I know it sounds crazy, but it's either he really was about to blow his brains in the back out, or blow his brains out in the back of my truck, or I think he personally was gonna rob me. I jumped out so fast, and it happened so fast to make it seem like he wasn't gonna rob me. He put it to his head instead, and like, this is what I'm gonna do.
His cameras,
bruh. When I say that is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard. In my mind, if I am there to rob you for your truck and I didn't have the balls to do anything to you because I know you and you hop out of the truck, I'm like, sweet. I don't have to hurt this kid I know and I still get the fucking truck. And I was thinking that too. And I just robbed the old lady. I'm set.
But I was thinking that too. But in the garage, I think he realized like I'm just literally trying. I told him like I'm not making no money off of this, bro. I was like, just give me the gas to get there and whatnot. So I think he didn't want to rob me because he realized I was just genuinely trying to help him. And Steve was trying to get him to do it. Steve was like, just fucking do it. Why aren't you doing it? He was getting all mad. So and he didn't want to do it anymore. So therefore, he put it to his head. He was probably
Steve could have just hopped in the front and took the truck if they were working on it together.
Yeah, but he had the gun to his back of his head. He decided he wasn't gonna do it. So Steve was like, "What the fuck?" When I got out of the car, they were all like, "What the fuck are you doing, guy?" And then that's when I realized I was like, "Y'all are all in on this. I'm going to 19 and calling the police. Fuck all y'all." Yeah, so that's what happened, man.
That's what happened.
Yeah, dude, this shit was crazy, bro.
It's gonna become a recurring bit where you just keep forgetting you told this story and you just keep telling the story.
Pretty sure I didn't tell a story, but we can.
Pretty sure you did.
All right, well, we can listen back. But what were you gonna bring up?
Let's get into football.
Okay.
Baker's
our starter. He got the start over Trask.
Baker midfield.
Yeah, he's gonna throw a baker's dozen picks in the first 5 games.
No, man, I got faith in him. He reminds me of Drew Brees for real. When Tom Brady last year, when Tom Brady was our quarterback, my dad came up to me. He's like, "What about Baker? Why don't we pick up him?" I was like, "Honestly, if we did that, that makes a lot of sense," and we did. I have faith in him. I think he's gonna have a Drew Brees type career with us. He has the confidence. He has the arm. He's the first
Drew
person.
Brees went from the Chargers. He left because he had a shoulder injury. Baker left Cleveland. He had a shoulder injury.
Exactly.
Drew Brees comes to a Saints team that had been middling around right after Katrina and leads them to the playoffs.
They got Reggie Bush.
I have faith in
McAllister.
We have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Tristan Wirfs.
They had Marquise Colston and Joe Horn still.
And Sean Payton was the real key.
I guess, but I mean,
Sean Payton is the
if
most
that's
piece
the point,
of shit.
that Todd Bowles is not the answer. I don't see Todd Bowles elevating Baker Mayfield as a defensive-minded coach.
No, but we're gonna get rid of Todd Bowles after this season. But we're gonna keep.
Do
Baker.
what? Promote Dave Canales to head coach after his first solo gig?
Depending on how he does with Baker. If not, we'll bring in someone else.
You guys are drafting Caleb Williams next year.
No, we're not. I promise you. We have.
It's gonna be Drake May. We're gonna finish with like a top 3 pick. We won't
guys, I promise you, we're putting all of our books on the Baker for probably the next 3 years, and we're gonna do the same thing we did with Winston. We're gonna draft around him, build around him, and then we're gonna end up picking up a fucking. That's the Bucks thing, bro. We build a team around a quarterback on a rookie deal, and if he never ends up doing good. No, it didn't. It happened with Brad Johnson in the first.
Brad Johnson was Baker Mayfield, except you had to build a whole.
There you go, baby.
We had an elite defense.
No, but
we
needed a game manager quarterback. Sean King wasn't that.
Brad Johnson.
Sean Payton, or not Sean Payton. Jameis Winston. The same thing happened with Jameis Winston. For 5 years, we built around Jameis. He couldn't get the job done. We kicked him out, brought Tom Brady in to win with the pieces we built around Jameis. It worked. We're gonna do the same thing with Baker. I actually think Baker's has the potential to lead us to a Super Bowl.
Baker's not a game manager. He likes to take risks.
He's also getting older. I have faith in Baker. I think we're gonna keep. I think Baker's gonna be our quarterback for probably
like a 4-to-4 ratio in what 2-3 games that he had with LA
last year. But did you see what he did with
4-to-4? Yeah, 4 touchdowns to 4 picks, something like that.
Yeah, he also
that's what I'm saying.
Jumped in halfway. He jumped in halfway through the season. He had no training camp with them.
He is who a quarterback is who he is.
He's the first quarterback to lead Cleveland to the playoffs in 20 years. And he wins in an AFC championship. No, divisional round. Almost beat the fucking Chiefs, guys.
5 years
that was
ago,
in 2000. That was 3 years ago, dummy.
2020. That was the year.
Yes. And then he had a shoulder injury the next season. And then the next season, he also was injured. And next season, he was in Carolina. Then got shipped to LA. Still played his fucking ass off with no coaching.
He played good for 1 game.
He just needs a team to actually build around him. I believe in Baker. Watch. I have faith.
I like Devin spin zoning it till like midseason. Fuck this guy.
I mean, if he plays like shit, he plays like shit.
The Bucks have a week 5 bye. If they're 1-3, by the time we get to the bye, Kyle Trask is coming in.
And Kyle Trask isn't better than him. I'm telling you right
That's
now,
what I'm
dude.
saying.
I've watched this. Baker is a good quarterback, bro. At best, he's top 10, and top 10 can get you a Super Bowl.
You're giving him a top 10 per ceiling, and what's his floor?
His floor is out of the league, but I believe he's more likely to be top 10 than out of the league.
Well, your guys' problem is you're in a crappy division, and if you go 7-8, you might win the division.
It's not a problem, dummy.
No, but
how's that a problem?
7-10.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a bad season, get to a playoff game, you're gonna lose, and then not get a top pick because you'll be in like what the bottom.
I promise you, Baker
You'll be in
Mayfield's
the
gonna have a
bottom
better
15
career
of the
than
draft.
Jordan Love.
I don't see us winning more
I
than
promise you, Baker Mayfield's gonna have a better career than Jordan Love.
You don't want to. I mean, if you're not going to win 5 games, don't do the thing where you just randomly win 7 for no reason.
Well,
He's
you
gonna
gotta
have.
think, we have a new offensive coordinator, new quarterback. Our center's going to be out for the rest of the year. He never got surgery on his torn ACL. Played in that
Jensen's still out.
Yeah, he hasn't.
How old is Evans?
Evans just turned 31.
Oh,
The other
No,
day,
no. Evans is 30.
30.
He just
That's right.
turned
He was
30.
93.
He
That's
might
right.
be fucking. He might be 29. Let me look it up.
No, he's 30.
Let me look it up.
31.
Devin
It was
Scott.
literally just his birthday yesterday.
It's the
Let me look
reverse.
it up.
It's the reverse Dominican thing where he's actually younger than he is instead of older than what he is.
He was born in '93. He just turned 30. You're right, Justin.
He's got like 1 or 2 good years left in him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude. What about Jerry Rice? Played for 20
Jerry
years.
Rice is an anomaly.
Jerry Rice is
How are you gonna say that? We don't know.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
we
but-
haven't seen it happen since
but
Jerry.
Jerry's game was built off like
He's the first person to start his career with 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Jerry, his first year, had 900. He didn't even have 1,000. Mike is the first player in the history of the NFL to do this.
Yard seasons after that?
yeah.
He had
That's the
12
record
straight.
Mike
He had
Tyson?
12. He had 9. Jerry Rice had 900 his first season, and in the next 12 seasons, he got over 1,000.
Yeah, so 12 straight.
I mean,
Mike Evans is the first person in his career to start with 1,000 yards and have that till his 9th fucking season. If he does it for 4 more years, which his goal is to do, and just to make sure we take care of Mike, we make sure he doesn't get hurt. If you haven't fucking noticed, we don't.
Yeah,
throw.
but you're not realizing that almost every receiver.
I
falls
do realize. Look at Larry
That's right.
Fitzgerald. When you're on a roll like that, you don't stop, brother. We'll see. Let's
mean,
give it
Larry-
5 years.
Larry
Haven't you been
slowed
saying
down-
that Mike is not as good as
Larry-
all these guys for 10 years now?
Larry slowed down in his 30s. He wasn't what he was.
Still got when did he come in the league? 2005? When did he beat y'all in the divisional round by his fucking self? Was that 2016?
That wasn't him.
What do you mean?
That was a shovel pass from.
Well, I don't know, because that play before
Bullshit. That's what I'm talking about. He beat y'all single-handedly when he was like 33.
Cross body,
No,
the Clay Matthews dragged him
Jesus
down.
Christ.
No, that play was just broken coverage because we couldn't get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah. We'll see. Just give it 5 years. We'll see what Mike's like.
Devin's a casual. He doesn't know the rule. If once it goes past 5 seconds, it's a broken play.
Whatever, dude.
Devin's a casual.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get pressure in like 5 or 6 seconds, then it just becomes backyard football. Just like get open.
Yeah, and Larry got open when he was 33.
Yeah, anyone's gonna get. I mean, if you can't get open, that play took we watched it like 10 to 15 seconds for him to find somebody.
All I'm saying is,
If you're
what you're
receiver-
saying
no,
is
what-
when
if your
when you hit
receiver
30, you're
doesn't-
done. That's not true. If you're fucking elite, and Mike's elite, so
No,
I don't
but
know
I'm
what
saying
you're saying.
he's not.
He's gonna get
You're
another
just-
1,000 this year. He's gonna get
Devontae's
1,000 barring
about-
injury every year.
Isn't Devontae 29-30?
Devontae's about to fall off a cliff too. All of them
No,
do.
he's not.
Julio Jones was good. Like what? When he was like right at 31.
He's
and
a
the very
speed
next,
guy.
he
Mike's
sucked
not a
up
speed
ass.
guy. We'll see. Give it time. I
I
promise
mean,
you.
unless you're gonna convert him to just jump balls in the middle of the field and make him a tight end.
That's basically what he does, dog.
Yeah, but
he's
you
not
line
like
him
a
up
speed guy.
outside against corner.
Yeah, and then we're gonna continue
I
doing
know.
that until he's fucking probably 35. He's gone on record saying, "I'm not gonna stop
Mike's
until I have
never really
100."
been a speed guy.
Yes,
He's
now he has
6'4",
sneaky
so
speed.
strides are what gets him open.
Yeah, well, he's the
Yeah,
key to
Devontae's are
push-ups.
30. He turned 31 this year.
Devontae is actually older than Mike Evans.
I'm trying to tell you.
He's older than Mike by 8 months.
Why do you think Mike Evans also in his college career, he got 2 seasons of college, also had 1,000 yards, was the only reason Johnny football was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
If you
won
count
Johnny
college,
Heisman.
every year that he's been in playing football through college and NFL, he's had 1,000 fucking yards. Every year that he's played college and NFL. He made Johnny football. This guy is underrated. Like under fucking rated. I'm telling you, when the Rams played the Bucks, what did I tell you, Justin? He's gonna get Jalen. I said he's gonna moss him. He didn't moss him, but he fucking got him, bro. When the lights are on, Mike Evans is top 3 wide. He's gonna be top 5 all time when it's all said and
He's
done.
never had a monster season.
He won a Super Bowl, bitch. What?
He had a
With
1,300
1,000 yards and
season,
14
but he only
touchdowns.
had like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, but a Super Bowl.
He had 3 touchdowns in the playoffs too.
That's a team effort. That's still a team.
Absolutely, but Mike is one of the number one fucking teammates on the Bucs. If Mike Evans isn't on that team, you think Tom Brady's going to them in 2020? No, he's the reason Tom Brady came. Chris Godwin.
Brady wanted to go to the Dolphins till that deal went through because he wanted a piece of ownership.
He just wanted to fuck them over because it's the Dolphins, and he's been playing them for forever long.
Yeah.
I promise you that. Maybe not. But at the end of it, he was like, "Man, fuck the Dolphins." We've gone on record saying, "Listen,
Evans
Tom wants to play.
I
He
mean-
can play here," and that's all he wanted to hear.
The thing about Evans though is he has to play for at least another 5 years to
And
get
he's
into
going
the top
to.
6 all-time receiving.
No, he's not. He's already in top
be
30
36.
touchdowns. I can look up the list right now. He's in top 30 touchdowns and yards right now. If he has 2 more years of 1,000 yards, if he gets 10 touchdowns, let's say he has 5 each, he's in the top 20 touchdowns all time. He's gone on record saying, "I'm not retiring until I get 100." He said that. He's already at 77. The only person in the NFL active right now that has more touchdowns than Mike Evans is Devontae Adams, and he has like 2 more.
He's going to end up with Tim Brown stats. Tim Brown's number 7 all time. He's the modern day Tim Brown.
Telling me that Mike Evans is going to fall off a cliff for 5 years.
He's a decent receiver on bad teams.
Whatever, dude. He's got a Super Bowl. Devontae doesn't.
Randy Moss doesn't, but Randy Moss is the GOAT.
And Mike Evans has a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Jerry Rice is better than Randy Moss. Eric.
Yeah, but
He was on that losing
No,
San Fran
I
team.
mean,
He
if
was on
we-
that losing Patriots perfect team.
yeah, but the receiving yards
Doesn't got a
for receivers,
ring. Mike
that's
does.
a longevity.
Mike has a ring. Larry Fitzgerald doesn't
rings
have a
don't-
ring. None of them have a ring.
Rings don't matter to receivers. That's not a position.
Bullshit. Tell Jerry Rice that.
Yeah, but
Why do you think he's the GOAT of receiving? He has 4 rings and fucking 200,000, 20,000 yards.
Devin sounds like the biggest casual.
It's the facts. He has 3 Super Bowl rings, and he has 20,000 yards, and he has over 200 touchdowns. The closest is that is Randy Moss. He has like 150.
That wasn't that. You realize how good those San Fran teams were around him, right?
Yeah, he also won with Steve Young, and he also brought Rich Gannon to a fucking Super Bowl too, that he lost to Tampa
He also had
Tim Brown was on that team, too.
They also had like the number 1 offense total.
They did.
with Jerry Rice, boys.
And Tim Brown.
Yeah, but they
Rich
built.
Gannon.
That's what I'm saying. Football's a team sport. There was a whole team around him.
Okay, so who would be your top 5 wide receivers of all time?
It's Randy, then Jerry.
You're fucking high, and you're calling me a casual. Get the
Randy
fuck out of
was
here.
uncoverable.
The fuck out of here. Three
Give Randy
touchdowns,
the amount-
20,000
Well,
yards.
think about it like this: give Randy the amount of seasons that Jerry had. How many seasons did
I'll look it up. Hold on.
Randy play?
Randy played for about
drafted in
15 to 20.
97. He was that same draft class as Peyton Manning, and he finished in 2012.
Yeah,
So he played 16 seasons.
but there was like a 3
So
year.
give him another 4 seasons of
There-
1,000 yards.
There was also a 2
Randy
year
Moss.
span in Oakland.
In his
He didn't want
career, played 218 games. He has 982 receptions, 15,292 yards, 156 touchdowns.
So you're telling me if Randy didn't get those 5 extra seasons that Jerry had, and he didn't get hurt in Oakland, that he
You don't
wouldn't
even know how many. Hold on, let me look how many games Jerry Rice played.
He got hurt.
303.
2,000-yard years.
He has 303 games, 1,549 receptions, 22,895 yards, 197 touchdowns. That's not including playoffs. He's obviously better. He's by far better. I'm sorry. Moss is second to me. Now, the real conversation starts at who's third. I would go Calvin Johnson.
Ah,
I mean, like I said, that's a conversation. I don't know. That's on you guys. You can say Larry Fitzgerald. You can say Mike Evans.
I could
Okay.
understand Calvin Johnson getting a lot of hype.
I would say Calvin's third just because for his prime, dude. Like, 2013 was crazy, bro.
Well,
Ain't
if you
nobody-
talk about rings and rings mattering,
No, I know,
like Calvin
I know.
Johnson never won a ring.
I say Randy's second. He doesn't have a ring, though.
No, I know, but
I mean, the top 5 wide receivers of all time, the only one that has a ring is Randy. Or Jerry. That's why, I mean, like,
Yeah, because that's a team. That was a team effort.
it's also 22,000 yards and 197 touchdowns. Randy Moss is the best wide receiver of all time. You can make an argument that Randy Moss is the best, Jerry Rice is the best football player of all time.
So
No, it's not. It might be.
hold on,
Jerry,
let me do a comparison, right? Calvin Johnson played 9 NFL seasons, right?
2007
I just looked it
to
up. He's got
2000.
9
Okay.
NFL seasons under his belt.
Yeah. No, I said there's an argument for third. I say Calvin Johnson. Now you can make an argument for Larry Fitz for sure. You can make an argument for some of the old guys, Torrey Holt maybe. Who's the guy on the Rams?
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt.
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. Like I said, give it 4 years, you're gonna make an argument for Mike Evans. I promise you that, Eric.
Listen, in 9 seasons, Calvin Johnson had 11,619 yards
That's pretty good.
and 83 touchdowns.
Calvin's actually got better. Calvin just retired early.
And in
Yeah,
9
yeah,
years,
that's a
Mike
fact.
Evans has 1,200 less yards and 2 less touchdowns.
It's like the Jim Brown thing.
That's
where
not
he
that.
didn't
That's
play-
the
where
12.
he
It's
didn't
only
play on
1,200 yards. It's not like a whole lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's in more time.
And he also has a no. It's not. It's the same time. 9 years. 9
same amount
years.
of time. 9
Yeah.
years, 9 years.
And Mike has a ring, dog. So give Mike 3 more years of 1,000 yards. Give him 20
Calvin
more
Johnson also
touchdowns.
had that one season where he went for almost 2,000 yards.
Yeah,
I'm
but
telling
the ring
you,
is
you're
not-
underestimating
Yeah,
Mike
but-
Evans' greatness.
Yeah, but the ring argument.
But I'm saying if people are underestimating Mike Evans, are we overestimating Calvin Johnson just because he played for a shitty Detroit team?
No, just because everybody knows that 2013 year was
Because you have
crazy,
to-
bro.
Oh, no, that actually makes Calvin better because you have. Remember though,
And he played on a
highlights-
shitty team too.
Yeah, but
He had a
they're
young
double
Matt Staff.
teaming him in the red zone, and he still jumps over both of them.
Yeah,
Same
Calvin.
with Randy Moss.
Yeah, because you're the focal point of a bad team, so you should be. You get the most coverage, so that actually.
Randy, I would say Calvin's third, just because that 2013 year, bro. No one in the world could guard him. Dion in his best year couldn't guard Calvin Johnson. I think Calvin Johnson's 2013 year might be the best wide receiver year of all time.
That
That's
was the
why-
1,900-yard season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Like crazy shit, dude. No one was guarding him that year. Like he had at his prime and his peak, he might have had the highest peak of any wide receiver ever. Like my opinion, he might be able. In 2013, Calvin Johnson might be better than any Jerry Rice year, any Randy Moss year, any
Well,
Mike
Randy
Evans
has
year ever.
Randy has a single season touchdown record.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
21.
23.
Yeah, dude, that's why you got to throw him in second because that year's crazy too.
Doesn't LT LaDainian Tomlinson have the single season touchdown record for a position player at 30?
But everybody knows that 2007 year when he had 22 touchdowns. A lot of that was Brady.
And that
And-
06
That
season where he
wasn't-
won the
Oh,
Super Bowl,
seven.
where he won the MVP?
That wasn't Brady, because if it was Brady, he'd done it. He would have done it with someone else.
Well, he had Brady, and he didn't really. His most success was with Brady by far.
No,
Fell off a cliff without Brady.
his rookie year, he had
Never
13
forget the Randy Moss
his first,
Thanksgiving game against Dallas.
His rookie year.
His
he had-
rookie year was great, but it wasn't better than his 2007 year, Eric.
His
Rookie season, he had 17
Hey,
touchdowns.
be quiet.
You can
I'm
look
reading
it up.
stats. Hold on, shut up. 99. I'm gonna read this. 1,400 yards, 11 TDs. 2000. 1,400 yards.
No, 99, 2007. What's 2007?
1,400 yards and 23 touchdowns.
There you go. It's better than 99. That was
62
Brady.
more yards, but 7 more touchdowns.
Yeah, but
7 more. 2007 was better than his rookie year. His best year was with Tom Brady.
2003, when the Vikings weren't that great, was 1,600 yards and 17 TDs. It's not that.
That's pretty good.
He's had consistent numbers. Just 1 year, he made 6 more touchdowns and broke a record.
With Tom Brady.
Yeah,
There you go,
but
brother.
but also in
His
03
best
with
year was with Tom Brady.
2000,
his best touchdown year was with Tom Brady.
2003,
And
he
what,
was
his
actually a
second
fucking
best
monster.
yardage?
Yeah, 2003.
2003, he had Culpepper was just fucking.
I was going to
slinging
say
it to
Dante
his ass.
Culpepper.
In 2007, he had 23 touchdowns and he made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, but he still has. He has statistically, he has monster numbers. It's just one.
What
year
is
he-
number? What does numbers look like when he left the Patriots and he left Tom Brady? How many
He
touchdowns
was,
did he have? Those
yeah,
years?
he was over. It was his 11th year. He fell off a cliff. Like I said, he turned 30, or he was 30. Injuries caught up to him.
I mean, yeah, you can make that point, but I still say that I'm gonna go on record and say 2007.
His
was
second
the
year
best
with Brady, where he should have had more chemistry, and if Tom Brady made him that much better,
Then
he barely eclipsed
hold on.
1,000 yards.
Pretty
Brady
sure that's
got-
the only year he made it to
Brady
the
got
Super Bowl.
injured that year. What year was the Matt Castle year where Brady got hurt?
That was
2008.
the year before the perfect season.
2008. No, it was the year
No,
after.
that was
Okay, so then that was the Matt Castle season.
Yes, they went 11-5 and still
He
missed
actually had
playoffs.
3 1,000-yard seasons in New England, so
How
yeah,
many years did he play there?
3.
3. Yeah, there you go, brother.
Yeah, but one was with Matt Castle.
Was it 2008?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double-digit touchdowns, over 1,000 yards.
Who was his
Still 23
offense-
touchdowns.
Yeah, but his old coordinator when he was in Minnesota.
McDaniel.
No,
Anyway,
no.
what I'm saying, why I was saying that his best years with Brady was Calvin Johnson's best year was Matt Stafford, and Matt Stafford is obviously not Tom Brady. So even Calvin Johnson, how many touchdowns did he have? What was his stats in 2013?
I don't remember. I have to look it up.
I can look it up real quick.
Don't look it up.
Let me see. Calvin Johnson 2013. Just that's why I was saying that Tom Brady was the 2000. That's why I think Calvin Johnson's 2013 year
I like
might be
how-
the best.
I like
Wide
how
receiver.
I like how Devin can look at a 1,300-yard, 17 TD season, a 1,600-yard, 17 TD season, a 1,400-yard, 15 TD season. Like, no,
His 2013
It's not
season
23
was-
touchdowns, Eric.
yeah,
23
those are
touchdowns.
those are just ass numbers. I don't want them. Trade them.
What are you
20
talking? I'm not telling you those are ass numbers. I'm telling you that's not 23 touchdowns.
Calvin Johnson's 2013 season wasn't his best season.
What,
That was the
2000
1,500 yards. 2012 was 1,900 yards.
Okay,
He only
yes, that's
only
the
had
year.
5
That's the
TDs.
year. He was on Madden cover 2013.
He only
so
had
that's what I
5
think.
touchdowns.
He only had 5 touchdowns that year.
What? No, 2012. That's
Yeah,
the
He
year,
had
man.
5 touchdowns. That's it.
He had 5 touchdowns and 1,900 yards.
Oh, really?
122 receptions.
How many?
year-
What about the next year?
84 receptions, 1,492 yards, and 12 touchdowns.
Okay, so
Actually,
okay,
you
so
can make. Hold on, you can make the argument for the 122 to 19. That's just feeding him. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
like,
just going
yeah.
to.
I thought the touchdowns were
He
higher
averaged
than 5.
16.1 yards per reception, where every other season he was around 15, anywhere from 14 to 17.
they were just throwing him dinks and dunks.
Yeah.
Literally, they just what
Yeah,
Zeke wanted in Dallas. They fed. They fed
He
Megatron.
had 3 fumbles.
So y'all say Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice?
I would put Randy ahead of.
It's 1A and 1B with those two.
Jerry Rice is
Because
first.
it's the what if factor.
I'll help
with
you guys out.
Brady.
I'll help you guys not sound stupid. Jerry Rice is first. Randy Moss is second. Who would you say is third? Because
Calvin.
that's debatable. That's what I'm saying. I said Calvin Johnson, but I didn't know he only had 5 touchdowns. I thought he had 12 touchdowns and 1,900 yards that year. But
but you also, if they're getting close to the red zone, you're just handing it off.
no,
Yeah,
I feel what you're saying. Who would you say is third? Because I really don't know, dog. I say Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitz.
I mean, we could put Calvin Johnson. I just feel like he gets too much love just because he was the one focal, like,
It does seem like
focus
that with
point on
those
his
stats,
character.
huh? With the 5
Huh?
touchdowns, it seems like that. I thought he had more touchdowns than 5.
Listen,
Now that-
I'm just saying, like, everyone is saying that Calvin Johnson is one of the biggest what ifs because he retired early. He played 9 seasons and retired with almost 1,200 yards and 83 touchdowns.
We got to look at historical receivers like my boy Don Hudson, who played
No,
in
you
the air
do.
before they put. Yeah, but he played in the era before they just had like air raid offenses.
That's very true, bro. Lynn Swan, like the old guys, I really don't know their numbers. 'Cause
He was Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, he's great.
Remember, Don Hudson playing in the era of the Green Bay Power sweep still had 48 receptions, 488 receptions, 799 7,991 yards and 99 touchdowns.
You can make a case for Sterling Sharp. I mean, I wouldn't say he's third, but if he didn't retire so early.
Sterling Sharp's more. It could be like in what could have been.
Yeah, I know, but like if he
Like a
didn't
big
retire, if he didn't get hurt, bro, he would have been up there.
Who's our biggest like NFL what ifs, like
Johnny Manziel,
if they didn't get hurt, not personal issues. If they didn't get
Ryan Shazier.
Yeah.
Robert Griffin,
Yeah, that's a good answer.
he was never the same because Adrian Peterson returning from his ACL in 6 months, man,
Well,
he had to make that stupid all in for week 1 commercial.
I saw an interview Ryan Shazier did.
Yeah,
Dude, that shit was powerful, bro. He was like, bro, I had alopecia when I was 5. Like, this whole not walking thing, it really ain't a thing. He's like, I was 4 games away from getting the most money I've ever had in my entire life, but it is what it is, dog. And I was just like, damn, this motherfucker's mentally strong. Cause
Ricky Williams, if he didn't get addicted, if he
wasn't such a pothead.
Well,
Ricky Williams was a monster for 2 years in Miami. Till
yes, bro. I was just
Don't
about to
forget he
say
went
in
to Baltimore
Miami.
and then just did nothing.
He did. He had like a 1,000-yard year in Baltimore, and I think then he just goes it.
Damn, who the fuck almost got in a car accident?
I have no idea. They're still laying on their horn too.
What's going on, dog?
No idea.
Go look at it. What is that, bro? That's some serious honking. That's like some fuck you, suck my dick shit.
Maybe someone just died at the wheel. I do have an old ass neighbor.
Bro, don't
Hold
see
on.
what the fuck that honking is
Hold
real
on.
quick.
Cut the recording, Devin.
No, fuck that. Keep it in, man.
Yeah, but we got 6 minutes on the Zoom.
Do you
I
want
want
to
to waste our last 6 minutes on this
And
honking.
then we have to redo it.
Well, what if someone is dying? Dude, this
Okay,
is
so
content right
We'll
here.
come back and I'll put it on the pod. I saved this
All right,
motherfucker's
all right, all
life.
right, all right, all right. I'm gonna end it. We're gonna come back in a second. He's gonna tell us what's happening. Three. All right, we are back.
It was just, I don't know, it was just the horn went off. The guy took maybe 5 minutes to get it off, and it went off. There was nothing interesting.
Nothing exciting
It
happened. I
just
thought I was,
the horn went off.
thought I was gonna have to
Uh,
stop a robbery or administer
so
like
wait, he was just
mouth
holding,
resuscitation.
he was just holding the horn down.
No, there was no one in the car. He came outside, like he popped open his garage, and he was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and I guess eventually just got it off somehow.
Nah, dude. He's got someone fucking in his trunk, bro. They broke out through like the front.
What
You know
if-
how like
what
if
if
you're in
he-
a trunk,
What
she
if
was
it's
like,
the
help,
CIA
help. He's like, all good over here, guys.
What if it's the CIA that heard my population theory and they want me silenced?
Oh shit, that's a possibility.
Live
Do you want to
censoring
get
once
into that,
again.
Eric?
What, the education? We
I was
started.
just because you were saying the depopulation. Is there anything like more you want to say about that, or you're just
Well, no,
spreading
no,
awareness?
No, yeah. Well, I can say more, but it's just like I've seen. You ever walk down the street and you've seen like Mexicans working?
Yeah.
I'm Mexican, by the way, so it's not racist if I say that.
Okay.
He's got the 23 and me
But
to prove it.
I'm actually offended by it because I've seen things where it's like there's 5 white managers standing around like this, like they're redoing a septic tank, and there's one Mexican in there covered fucking in water. Do you think some liberal kid as an arts major is gonna go do that?
No. I get what you're saying
It's
totally.
like
Eric.
it's like tell someone, hey, you spent 4 years in school, but I really need you to run this Starbucks for me because these white people love their fucking mocha chai lattes.
That's very true. Can I tell them? Can I tell the podcast what we said on the group chat about it,
What? How it related to the Jews?
or basically what I said? Because you said I have a theory of the world is too educated. Anyway, you said that's not my point. Too many people are educated to the point where no one wants to do the grunt work jobs like manual labor.
Yeah, we
And
have too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
That makes sense. I get what you're saying. But then I said, my rebuttal was, I think people don't want those jobs because the price of everything in America has gone up and you can't buy a house and start a family anymore as the everyday construction worker, chef, delivery
Yeah, but
You
driver.
can if
but-
a trade job. Like,
Yeah, but who's going to build the house? If you have money for the house, but you don't know how to build a house, so there's your conundrum.
I get what you're saying. To continue, I said, you can't buy a house, start a family anymore as an everyday construction worker, chef, delivery driver, etc. So why waste your time with a job that kills you, but you can't even pay your bills and basic necessities in America? What do you feel about that?
well, that's like
You're just not valuing that labor.
Okay, but what if it's like hypothetically,
if
let's
the
say,
people do not value a job or a position, then the people who pay that position aren't going to value it as well.
Yeah. It's like you can like you have people looking at those jobs, they're like, oh, it's unskilled and these people should do better, but you still need that menial
Person?
job to do.
Yeah.
You still need menial labor to do it.
I think
Like,
I think
make
it's
the
just a
economy run.
I think it's a deeper thing because I think that in like 20 years ago, remember like those memes where it's like, yeah, but you can't buy a house with 20 fucking grand anymore, mom. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think it ties into just inflation.
Yeah, people
I think it's
want-
deeper than that. I think
people want the jobs that are more flashy, but then it becomes, well, everyone wants that flashy job, where it's like, you're sitting behind a computer, but
I think that's definitely
who's
true
gonna?
too. I
It's
think
like
that's
who's
yeah.
gonna be the janitor?
No, that's definitely true too. But I also believe that what causes that mind state of like, I'm not gonna do that shit is just the inflation in America. Because you
But also
can
because-
be a
well,
chef or a
also-
delivery driver, but it's not what it used to be 20 years ago. And
I
that's
mean,
not
it was-
the job's fault. That's inflation's fault.
Well, no, it was never. They never paid well. It's just now there's a whole society
Inflation.
no, but it's also a society that where everyone was told, go to college because McDonald's delivery driver, being a janitor.
No, delivery driver, construction worker, chef is a good job. You need.
Yeah, but
they
you're-
used
yeah,
to.
but-
But you used to
We
be
were
able to.
programmed as children. We were force
But
fed the
you're-
idea you have to go to college to get these careers because those jobs are going to get you nowhere.
I mean,
But
not
you need
really.
the job because someone's got to build
That is true, actually.
Because if you say you start a good business, who's building, like, and you want to buy an office space and build something new, you're not building it. You don't have no fucking clue how to do it.
We really, honestly, guys, swear to God, I was telling you guys for
and
a
us
year
doing a
now.
podcast is part of the problem.
We should start a business. I was thinking about things we could do. Like I said, insulation. All you need is one machine, one truck, two guys, and that's $500 a job that takes 3 hours.
Or we can just do this podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
Pray to
saying.
God somebody else likes it.
Listen, guys, I'm just saying. Later in life, we have the potential. We all have clean records. We all have an education. So I have a GED. You guys have high school diplomas. Eric, didn't you go to college?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No.
it doesn't matter. We all have
I
a
was curious if he had like a BA.
We all have a high school diploma. We all have management experience. We all have clean records.
Yeah.
We could start a business. That's what I was trying to tell you guys like a year ago. I was like, we can make some money, guys. I'm trying to think of ideas. Y'all think of ideas too, because you might come up with something.
We're gonna do this pod till we die, baby.
Yeah, I know, but we can also have a business
Bottom
on the side,
life.
baby. We can also have 100 businesses on the side. We
Yeah,
can
we'll have
our own
100
drink.
Yeah, but we'll have 100 business on the side. But the first time the YouTube numbers pop and we get a major deal, fuck those businesses.
But seriously,
That's
guys,
grunt work to us.
just think about it. Think about it. We've known each other for 10 years. You know I'm never gonna fuck y'all over. I pray that y'all wouldn't fuck me over at this point in our friendship. If you're gonna have a business partner, who better would it be than me, Justin, vice versa, all three of us together? We all can trust each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I was for the next, let's start thinking of ideas on the off time. Just think of shit we can start up. I think installation, if y'all look into it, because a cat addict costs, I think $2,000, something like that. You get two guys to work. We don't have to work. We can hire guys.
We were just
Entrepreneurs, if you were.
Not even. We're business. We start businesses. Put people to work. We can start an
Yeah, but we
installation
would-
business.
No one's gonna look at us as our lower men on the totem pole.
I'm
respect
sorry.
business owners.
That's where you got it fucked
if we
up.
weren't able to get out in the field and do the job ourselves, like say you're an installation, someone who's installing insulation, and the person who owns the business has never touched insulation in their life. Are you
It's not
going to
true,
trust them to make your
Eric.
decisions for you?
what?
It's not true. You think the guy that owns McDonald's eats McDonald's every day?
That's not what I'm saying.
No, but he knows how to. He knows, like, if you put them back there, they know how, like, the business is running. Like,
That's why you
how to
hire-
operate. Yeah, but they know how to operate the whole.
That's why you hire people
they
that know
how
what
to
they're
train
doing.
people. Yeah,
You-
but
you create a business. You hire people that know, that have experience, that train people that don't. There you go. Yeah, the first business might have to be out there a little bit.
I mean, you have a valid idea, but this is what.
The
if you
point
had-
I'm trying to make is when we were all
Listen,
working-
y'all don't have to be a part of it. I'm gonna start some businesses. If
No,
y'all want to
listen,
be a
then
part of
I-
it, you can.
Can I make my point now, or are you just
Yes.
going to keep talking over me?
Sorry. Go ahead.
The point I'm trying to make is back when we were working at McDonald's together, right?
Okay.
We're all back there in the grill.
Gotcha.
Shit pops off. We need help. The only person there is the general manager,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Are you going to
Okay.
be able to respect that manager just because they're higher
I'm
up?
not telling you we're gonna be the general manager. I'm saying we're the owners.
We're going to own the business.
But
But,
not know
what
what
I'm
we're
saying
doing.
is, the point I'm trying to make is, are you going to have any respect for that general manager?
You think Rick
Because
Ross
they're-
goes to the 100 wing stops he owns all the time and works there?
Yeah, but
But what I'm
No.
saying is, we're starting a small business. It would be a small business. It's not
Yeah,
going to be
installation. I'll get out there, guys. I know how to do installation.
That's
why
what I'm
the first
saying.
one. Yeah, the first
That's
one.
the
Yeah,
point I'm
sure.
making.
Sure,
The point
sure,
I'm
but
making is,
the ideal
you know what
thing
you're
would,
doing.
the ideal thing, if you're starting a painting company, is to hire a guy that's had 10 years painting experience. We're gonna say, hey, you're our main guy. You're gonna bring in you. You tell us who you want to hire. That's your GM,
he's
and he
making
runs
good
the shit,
points.
and you pay him good. I'm making a great point, guys, but that's how you run a business. That we could do that easily. All three of us.
That's
If
how
we
you get manipulated by your GM.
we are the GM's boss.
Yeah, but
we're
I'm
going to
saying
be their boss.
Yeah, but he's saying if he knows more than you, he's gonna know more to manipulate you. You just have money.
Doesn't matter. We got an accountant. We're going to know how it works. We know where our money's going.
You're gonna have an accountant that knows how to pay taxes. He's gonna know more about the inner.
Okay,
workings
you
of the
can
business.
figure out all the ways that it's not going to work. I'll think about all the ways that it will work, and we'll meet in the middle.
Devin's like, I'm not gonna think of any of the things that could happen. I'm gonna think of things.
No, I'm
of
going to
what
think of the
could happen.
possibilities that can get it started rather than why not to get it started.
Devin's like, listen to some fucking.
But that's what you just said though, is make a pros and cons list. That's what I'm doing. Is you're putting out all the good ideas.
No, hold up.
And I'm giving you.
I actually like.
No,
Devin's,
you're good, Justin.
No,
You're
hold
good,
on.
Justin. As long as
Hold
y'all
up,
are troubleshooting.
I like Devin's management style where it's like he's just doing like positivity seminars.
I'm not a
Oh,
manager, Justin. I'm
he's a
telling
TED
you, I'm
Talk
the
guy.
owner. I'm telling you,
I
I'm
know,
the
but
owner.
but you're still like talking to your people.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to the GM. I'm telling him how much money we're getting. That's his fucking job. That's what I'm paying him for. You think Rick Ross goes to those 100 Wingstops he owns? No.
Rick Ross also is a multi-millionaire. Like,
Yeah.
He doesn't own. He owns them.
I'm
but
saying
he's
we could
independent.
get there.
He
We could
owns
get
a
there.
chain. He owns 100 chain restaurants. So he's a franchisee.
this is no, hold on. This is like the South Park thing with the underpants gnomes.
Yeah.
We're at the small business stage, but Devin's already at the mentality that he's as rich as Rick Ross, and we just we have the GM's got to fill in the blanks between
This
the
is how you have to think like a boss, not a general manager. I'm telling you, we can do it. Y'all are smart.
Yeah, but
y'all can have
Devin-
your own businesses.
Justin's point is where it's just one small company with like a couple guys. It's not you're not a multi-millionaire with
That's how you
like,
get started, baby.
Yeah,
One
but-
insulation company, couple guys.
Yeah, but you're
turns
talking
into two,
about yeah, but
turns
you're
into
talking
three.
about yeah, but you're talking about when you started being the absentee owner, you're going to be 5 years in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to think ahead. Chess, not checkers.
Devin's just sitting.
Okay, so think ahead like this. You're the owner of this small business. You only have 2 vans. You can go out on separate jobs. One of your team calls out just because they
yeah,
the night
I'll
before.
go. That's why I say insulation
what
is the
I'm
first
saying is-
one.
So start a business that you have an idea for how the field
Well,
works. and stuff like
That's
that.
why I have that insulation idea, guys.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's a weak mentality. Rick Ross doesn't go cover.
But we
at
can't,
his
like
windows.
you said, you can't start 5 years ahead. You have to start with something. That's my
I
something.
think we've roundabout got Devin back to like.
Y'all are just bringing up ways that it couldn't work instead of how it
Yeah, but
could work.
we're telling you how it has to start off, and then you just slowly.
I'm telling you, I have that. That's what I understand that thought process. I'm with you on that. That's why the first business is insulation. If someone calls out, I can go out there. Vice versa, you can go out there. You're literally just pumping a machine, dog.
Devin's gonna fire the GM in like 4 weeks. Why am I not a millionaire?
No, I know it's not like that.
He's not like Russell
It's
Wilson.
probably the first business isn't gonna probably work out. You need about 100.
That's a limited mindset.
I mean, yeah, you want the first one to work for sure. You want them all to work, but don't be discouraged when the first one doesn't work. I'll look into it. I'll tell you what we could do.
This podcast is our first business.
I know exactly, Justin. Thank you,
We're gonna do an
bro.
OnlyFans with feet.
I mean, Justin, Eric, you can think about like, see, dude, and you say you hate Andrew Tate.
Baja Feet Boys.
All right, do you, like that? I'm saying, guys, just think of ideas, man. We can make money.
You can have your
together.
dad start a foot finder account where they sell pictures of their feet online and just call it Archie's Arches.
No, I mean, we could, but like seriously, think of things like you said. First episode or second episode, you said we're gonna have chocolate bars in 6 months, Eric. Right?
That's right.
Get to it, brother. That's your job. Get those chocolate bars out. There you go, bro. That's
I need you
your
to start
business.
pumping out those YouTube shorts for the second episode and this third episode.
Yeah,
I
I can't
know.
I can't market the podcast on Twitter, Instagram,
TikTok.
YouTube, TikTok without these shorts, without links to the pages. I'm doing every can. I'm suckling the teats of celebrities on social medias. I'm just not getting anything back. I've emailed celebrities through the BahaBottomBoyz@gmail.com.
No, I will be the short guy. I'll get on that. I'll work on shorts too. But if you guys
I mean, we're
see
here
a
with
clip, you
real-
can make a short too. I'm
I mean,
just
we're
saying.
here with real ideas, and Devin's talking about insulation.
I posted a TikTok today.
I'm telling
that
you,
had
I'm gonna make the
30 likes.
shorts.
I need the shorts.
I'll give you the shorts, but if you find a clip, you can also like if you like it takes time to make them. So I'm saying if you have a specific clip that you find, if you download some app on your phone or some shit, you can make a clip just like I made them, bro.
Send me a link for the one you got. That way I can start working on it.
I use Clipchamp on my laptop, but I'm sure there's an app on your phone that's way easier. I think InstaShot. There you go.
Hold up, Devin.
Yes.
You need to go. You haven't gone to a conspiracy theory this episode yet.
No, yeah, for sure. I actually have that pulled up. You guys,
something up. The fans need to hear the truth.
We need to see behind a third eye.
Right. Let me see. Let's see our list, guys. I mean, I sent you guys a list. Is there anything interesting that I wanted to talk about on the list? Let me look over it. I just like it when we bullshit. I just have the list for like whatever.
What about the ones you have here about the Jews?
What about the Jews?
Nothing, I'm just kidding.
So there is a theory. Here's a good one, guys. I like this one too. So there's a mental health theory. I think we dived into this. Actually, we did do this. The mental health theory, not actually ill. You're just advanced.
Yeah, we
did that one. So there's another one called.
Hold up. What the fuck is esoteric Hitlerism?
I don't know really fully.
Is that the one about the Jews?
There's a theory. I think it's based on that. It's kind of. I think it's like for Nazis. Honestly.
It's like esoteric fascism versus a range of mystical interpretations and adaptations. What the fuck?
Exoteric Hitlerism. I think they think that Hitler reached a point. I think it's a bunch of Nazis that think Hitler reached a point of like.
That he became
Godism.
God?
Yeah, like he reached like a certain nirvana type thing. Esoteric. Let me look it up because I didn't even like looking into it, to be honest with you. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm looking into it and we're about to be on someone's like watch list.
Yeah.
We're about to be on a no-fly list.
Esoteric Hitlerism. It doesn't even really pop up.
It's not, there's a thing on Wikipedia. Devin's like scared to shit. Let's just look at his own.
That's esoteric Nazism though.
Yeah, esoteric Nazism, also referred to as fascism or Hitlerism.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
It's basically putting Hitler in the light of a god, a deity, if you will.
Read it real quick. Like, read the basic of it, because I'm looking at it too, but I don't know what you guys are looking at.
Is Hitler's Aryanist ideology to that of the pan-Hindu part of the Indian independence and activism? Okay, let me get to the good parts for the swastika.
There's a lot of theories that he traveled to Antarctica and he escaped there because it goes into the Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, I've heard about that. They say the Nazis escaped to Argentina, or they escaped to.
And we can really dive into that over like the next couple of podcasts because there is so many theories that say that somehow Hitler escaped to Antarctica. There is a lot of theories saying that there is an underground world. It's like a kind of a flat Earth kind of thing. They think that Earth is hollow, and inside Earth is a place called Agartha, and that's where they said giants lived there. I can't explain all of it, why this is happening, but they go into detail, and it makes sense somehow.
We're gonna need a VPN sponsorship so we can reroute.
NordVPN.
Anybody?
DuckDuckGo.
Apparently a bunch of giants and Nazis live in the inside of the Earth, and apparently it's like this.
This all sounds like the plot to the planet of the Kong versus Godzilla, where it ended up them in the Hollow Earth.
It's crazy, dude. I really don't believe in it, but if you like, there's so many like. Oh, what I was gonna say, Carl Jung, man. I never even got to finish that. He has a book called Man and His Symbols. You guys should really look into that. That's the audiobook I listened to, and it talks about
their symbolism that will be their downfall.
Symbolism is in everything, you guys. Like, if you really think about it, it's called Man and His Symbols. As men, we symbolize stuff through, like the Mike Evans Marshawn Lattimore video. I send that guy to you all the time because it symbolizes what, you know what I'm saying? That's, I'll be your Mike Evans if needed to be. And it kind of dives into that.
If we need someone that's slightly above average to do an okay job.
Nah, I just mean like if you touch my quarterback, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Need a compiler.
Why did I get on Carl Jung, guys? I was going into Agartha or whatnot, the Inside Earth.
The Hollow Earth.
The Hollow Earth, where Hitler.
It's honestly, we're not going to be able to go over that all in one. But just think about Man and His Symbols, like the New York Giants. There's just a whole bunch of like if you think about it, there is a lot of giant theories.
It's like
in
it's
the
like when you
world.
put the $20 bill together. What was it, the $20 bill?
Yeah,
You
$20 bill.
fold
It
it in the
makes
back
the
of-
Twin Towers
It looks like the Twin Towers are being exploded.
collapsing. Yeah.
But I mean, there we'll dive into it. I'll look over the week. I'll look into like theories that are based on off of giants. But there's something going on with giants, bro. Like it's either they used to exist, they still exist. Something's up because there's just so much like artifacts and stuff from so many civilizations depicting giants, and a lot of people believe that something's into it. And like I said, there's so much symbolic shit of giants in the world. Have you ever read remember in school, The City of Amber, that book?
The City of Ember, the
Yeah.
underground city.
I did not read
Yeah.
it.
They made us read that shit in school in like the early 2000s. And like
I think it was on the what the fuck was that called? Like there was a list every year of the
like
books.
when the Charlotte Web was on back in the day.
Yeah, because it was like the Florida something book
Band
list.
books?
No, not the band books.
And
It
your
was like
teacher
a
read it
list of
with
books
you.
that they expect you to read every year or something.
Yeah, and your teacher
Sunshine
read it
State
with you.
Readers.
Isn't it Lemony Snicket? Unfortunate Events used to be in that.
Series of Unfortunate Events. That was another one.
Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye was. Oh, that was the band.
And that's fucked up, dude, because that kind of like set a whole depressing tone for a bunch of children. There's no point for a bunch of children to read a series of unfortunate events. It
Catcher
just
in
lets
the
you know
Rye.
life is terrible.
You read Catcher in the Rye?
Isn't that the one that made that guy shoot John Lennon?
Yeah, it's basically the whole plot is like if it's pretty much
They get like
Devin.
deserted on an island, right? And
No, not Catcher in the Rye. It's just he's like a fucking weirdo that thinks everyone's a phony, like Devin.
What's the other one I'm thinking of then? That was the one that where the teacher like locks them out into a schoolyard and teaches them to act, tells them to act like they're stranded on an island.
Lord of the Flies?
That's what it is, Lord of the Flies.
They used to make kids read Red Dawn Down, I believe, and watch the movie a lot, just in case. I think that used to be like a
They
movie
used to
that
make us do a bunch of weird shit. back
Harry
in the
Potter
day.
also used to be a banned book.
Well, because they thought they were.
It went against religious people.
Pokemon got banned because they thought it was the tools of the devil.
Well, Pokemon
But they
got
do-
banned from TV
there
in America
are-
for a
oh,
while
you guys-
because in the first episode where Pikachu does the Thunderbolt on Team Rocket, there wasn't a warning ahead of time for the flashing light, so it caused a lot of kids with epilepsy to
Seizures?
trigger seizures.
Dude, have you guys ever heard of the Book of Ruda or some shit
Book
like
of
that?
what?
Oh my god, I don't
Book
think
of
I've-
what?
It's called the Book of Ruda. Anyways, it's a book. All this talk about books and like what they're what the fuck is it called? The Road to Ruda. Bingo. The Road to Ruda. That book was made. They made kids in the 70s, I believe, read it, and it's about it's like I guess it's proven that the government made kids read this, and it's about like the Federal Reserve and how they're gonna start over. And every kid had to read it, and they've proven that like they put books into like your learning shit to make you think a certain way. In
Yeah.
Russia, like in Russia, the pop songs in Russia are totally different. It's like totally they talk like why you think Drake and Rihanna had a song called "Work, Work, 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 Work"? That was put there for a reason. They want you to work. Russia has songs that like tell them subconsciously what to say.
Putin.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of yeah, bro.
What
Like
do you?
it.
What do you? I mean, they used to have fucking anti-weed movies in the 30s with like the most exaggerated things about marijuana to make you not
Yeah.
like it.
Remember the girl that was like became the couch back in the day?
Oh yeah, she like deflated and like
Yeah.
into the
You ever
couch.
seen like the really like in World War II where
As I sparked this blunt.
you've ever seen this stuff in World War II where they were like they make an anti-Japanese propaganda to put them in internment camps?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
There's
why.
and it was like for the if it was done today, it would be like this is racist as fuck.
Yeah, you guys laugh about me about talking about the CIA, but I'm telling
No,
you,
but
dude,
that's
they
what I'm
start
saying. The
shit.
CIA is just like covert now. Before they just did it out in the open because they didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
It's
back when
not
they
covert anymore. It's
used,
still
like,
out in the
narcotics
open.
to run down neighborhoods and shit
but
like that.
it's out in the open, but they try to pretend like they're covert. Before it just used to be, you walked into the theater and fuck it, here's your propaganda today.
Yeah.
There is there's a thing called the CIA iceberg where it goes over everything that the CIA has proven that they did, like in documents and whatnot. I'll send you guys a link to a video of it if you want to watch it over the week. It is crazy, bro. That's what got me into like, holy shit, they really do like cause propaganda. Like it's the MK Ultra shit. Oh my god, bro.
They love propaganda.
But no, they also do
Wasn't
like
the MK Ultra like they did that to
a bunch of American students, bro. They signed up for an experiment. They brought them in. They dosed them with LSD when they didn't even
that was
know.
they did that to Manson.
They
And
held
said
them. Yeah, fuck yeah, Justin. So you know about it, bro.
I think they were experimenting on LSD because they thought it was like some drug of the future, but they just found out it just fucked
Yeah.
everyone up.
Yeah, and it honestly
They were
created.
trying to
I
make-
thought they were trying to use it to
Make-
make it into like a truth serum
Yeah.
for like captive
Weren't they
like
trying to make
it-
POWs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're
but
trying-
but the whole thing of that is that's what they'll do to their American people. So they literally would strap them down.
They used us like pigs for their experiments so they can do what they want to their ends.
It's called
Exactly.
progress.
They still do that to this day. Why do you think that some cities have shit in their water?
Wasn't the Unabomber also part of the
Is that why Flint has still dirty water?
There's a show called The Florida Project on Netflix a couple years ago. Like I guarantee you that some cities are like LA. They definitely do shit in LA all the time.
I mean, do you think all the meth they've given out is just to
Yeah,
create Florida man as
the
a super
fentanyl.
soldier?
Fentanyl is I've said this to the day I die. Fentanyl is a CIA push drug. They're pushing fentanyl like they're pushing crack in the 80s, and it's used for population control. Eric, there you go, buddy. He said it. He said the episode name. But they push fentanyl to these junkies to for them to overdose, because 1 out of every 100 batches is bad. Only the real junkies are doing fetty. So
That's why there's so much fentanyl on the street now. I think they're trying to use that as a
pushed
way
by the
to,
CIA, bro. The government is putting it on the streets. I'm telling you right now.
It's like you said, for population control. That's their way of trying to get rid of the homeless population. in a lot
Yeah,
of
bro.
overcrowded states.
Yep. It's the
Push fentanyl on the streets, let them
kill
move
the
it to their bodies.
Kill the undesirables. That's exactly correct, bro. We're getting on to some shit, bro. This is gonna be fucking. We're gonna get shut down quick. I just want to point this out there. I would never kill myself. I'm gonna say that right here,
Epstein.
right now. No, for
You
real,
don't
I
have a
would.
secret island we can fly to.
No. Because
Walter
this
Franco
is-
gonna be
no,
there?
because whenever some people get to talking about some real shit like this, they end up fucking committing suicide.
Yeah, but we're just.
I would never.
Yeah, we're just asking questions. Got
I'm
documents
saying
verified.
the frogs are gay. I would.
Water turning the frogs guy.
I would. I'm just saying this right now. I would never kill myself. I'm putting that out there in the open. And I would never take a drug that would kill
shots
me
of
either.
forced evolution.
Good time.
All verifiable. Right here, this vanilla envelope.
Okay, I have a good one for real. It's called the Oz factor. And the Oz factor is, have you ever heard of people like disassociating? Like, when remember at McDonald's when you're on the line and you're just making sandwich after sandwich and you kind of just zone the fuck out? Basically when you zone out.
When you go on autopilot.
Yeah. So there's a theory. I have a kitten named Mike. This is why I'm so passionate about Mike Evans. I literally have a 6-month-old kitten named Mike that I named him after Mike Evans. But there's a theory in the Oz factor that it's basically when you zone out, you enter a different dimension. Essentially, you enter a parallel dimension. No cap. That's basically
It's
what
almost
it
like
is.
that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, where she could shift between her dimensional selves. It's basically the Oz factor.
Yeah.
Like in that movie, she could shift between.
There's a
her-
movie called The Oz Factor.
No, it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, dude, you can, and I'll say it again. I truly believe this. I think you do switch universes, dimensions, and you do it more than you think you do. You might do it every fucking 5 minutes. But apparently when you zone out like that, you're entering a different dimension, a parallel one.
Do you think that could be a factor in deja vu? Maybe.
Yeah, for
Could
sure,
be into a
brother.
different dimension that's into the future, and
Yeah.
that's what that dream state is, a
Dude,
deja vu when you come to it.
Bro, there's another thing. Here we go. Quantum jumping. And I wrote a long ass thing about this because I believe when those guys robbed me, like remember I said I have that sixth sense that was like, these guys are gonna try to rob me. This is what I believe would happen. It's called quantum jumping, spiritual psychology. The idea that in times of stress, someone can quantum jump to another version of themselves in a parallel universe.
Hold up.
No, hold up. Let me explain. Let me finish.
I'm giving you a story about quantum jumping.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
can I
hold
finish
up.
explaining what it is? Quantum
Okay, go
jumping,
ahead.
spiritual psychology, the idea that in times of stress, someone can quantum jump to another version of themselves in a parallel universe to gain insider information.
Hold
What
up.
were you going to say?
Remember the old guy that had OCD at McDonald's? I said that was you in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Remember he was fam, and he would just appear out of nowhere.
Greg?
Good old Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
Allegedly, he worked at Publix 14 years ago, but that could just be fake news from the one chick Lori.
Bro, when I worked at Cracker Barrel and I had to go to that Cracker Barrel to train one night and he went in, he came, remember I sent y'all a fucking recording of him talking? I was like, yo, I entered it. I was like, don't tell me how I got this recording. And he went into Cracker Barrel and was like, let me clean up. Like he did the same shit, dude. And that was like 2 years ago, bro. I was like, holy shit. I literally took out my phone, hit record and recorded and sent it into our group chat. Do you guys remember that?
Think about it. Think about it. That Greg was you from the future, and I'm your conscious in a living form, all interacting with you at the same time.
We
You
have
are.
to- We have
You
to
are in a
explain
different
Greg, bro. Greg was a guy that used to come because we all used to work at McDonald's together, and he used to
Get
come
bad.
every night, and he would lock himself in the bathroom like right at closing time, and he would stay in there.
Nasty fucking shit. It was gross.
He didn't he count the tiles? Didn't we like walk
Yeah.
in on him
He would
counting the tiles?
he would take his finger and trace along the cracks of all the tiles and count them.
What
He
if
did that every night, and he was a nice fucking guy. Like he
Yeah,
was
but
so
what if-
nice.
what if when he was tracing the tiles, he actually could see the lines and the dimensions?
That was his Oz factor.
But that's
That
what,
was him spacing out into another dimension.
That
That's
is-
why he continued to count those tiles. He was off in another dimension, and his body was just on autopilot tracing the tiles.
that's crazy to think about, seriously, like honestly. But in times, quantum jumping, basically, it's like hypothetically, if you're about to get robbed, you like get like that Final Destination kind of, you get a chill down your spine, like Zoe 101 type shit. Like
Zoe 101? The
remember
fucking
what?
Nickelodeon show?
Remember, didn't she like enter different? Like, what did she do? Or is it
I don't
That's
know.
So Raven?
That's so Raven.
That's So
He
Raven.
gets
There you
into the
go.
future.
Yes, it's kind of like that, bro. And it's your intuition. Some people call it intuition. Some people call it your spidey sense. I think you're quantum jumping and seeing shit. Like in times of stress, your brain works more
Kevin
powerful
doesn't
than you
have
think.
this intuition because he still ends up with Monica and it never ends well.
I will never listen. Let's stop bringing her up because I feel bad about the situation. But
Bring her up another 5 times.
yeah, like let's not because I just feel bad. God bless her.
Devin's like, don't bring her up. That's just for me to use in a bar in every song. Shut the fuck up, guys.
No,
I could bring her up on every bar, every hook.
well, I don't say it's about her. I have one song called her, but yes, to be honest with you, most of them are about her.
They all broke my heart.
No, like I said, dude, I use it for fucking. I don't think about it that like I don't think of it as I'm heartbroken. I think of it as I have more content. I really do. I kind of look for it. That's why I go so full into relationships. If I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna be loyal and I'm gonna go 100%. Because even if you do fuck me over in the end, it still works to my benefit.
This is character development.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
better
it's
help.
not- Like so, if you fuck me over in the end, you're kind of just fucking yourself over. I told that bitch that. I was
You're
like,
just
listen, when
content
you
with it
leave, I'm
being
gonna
like-
write the dopest fucking shit I've ever wrote.
But now we're slinging the meanest podcast she's ever gonna not hear.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Justin,
We got 6 minutes left. I think that's a good
6.5.
time. Six and a half.
That's
Did
a
you guys
hot
see? Did you guys see Sean O'Malley win the belt?
Yeah,
TKO.
That was nice, man. I like Sean, dude. I do. It shows that a pothead can do it too.
John's like you on less drugs.
Bullshit. Sean's me on more drugs, dude. For sure. I told everybody, I was like, look at Lil Peep go, man. Lil Peep beat
Came
the
back
shit.
from the dead.
Lil Peep beat the shit out of Lil Uzi Vert last night, dude. I told you guys, then I think that might have been a little rigged, to be honest with you. The guy that he beat was 34 years old. He's 28.
who the fuck's Logan Paul fighting in his like fake boxing fight next to Dylan Dennis?
I don't know.
You seen that whole-
Do you mean
you seen
I
Jake
think
Paul?
that's like the.
No,
No.
Logan's also the
I think that's just like.
Let's not talk about them boys.
Logan fights celebrities. Jake fights washed up MMA fighters.
To be honest with you, I'm not saying I'm a psychologist or nothing, but judging off of what I've seen on their relationship, it seems like Logan is a fucking complete. Like, I don't like using this word because I think it's used too often. I think it really is like 1% of people in the world, but he is definitely like a psychopath. And I think Jake Paul is a product of a guy that's had a brother that's a psychopath. So he like that because Jake Paul isn't like, if you like watch interviews with him, he's actually not that bad of a guy. When he was young, he was talking shit as a kid, but like he can go on a conversation and be a decent person. Logan Paul, on the other hand, you can see the narcissism there.
But he fought at WrestleMania this year, Devin.
I don't care. I'm
win
telling you.
I don't know.
What I see in it, I think Jake Paul is a product of having a narcissistic brother, and I think that Logan Paul is a true psychopath. I do.
2 first names.
What'd you say?
2 first name.
Never trust people with 2 first names.
I mean, like I said, Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is all right. Like honestly, at first I was like, this guy's fucking sucks. But now that I look at it, I'm not a fan of his, but I'm just saying I don't think he's a bad dude. Logan Paul, man, that's a bad dude, bro. That's a shicey man. I know it when I see it. Like the shit that he did with the suicide forest, and then like you can tell he's trying to act like he feels remorseful, but you can see it.
He hasn't repaid the people for the crypto scam.
He's just mad about. He's just sad that he
Did
got
get like ripped
looked
off
at
on
like
a
that.
fake Charizard too.
Oh yeah, it's true.
He's a piece of shit, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Jake Paul's a piece of shit, but I think Logan's isn't Logan the older one too?
Yeah.
That it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Jake Paul looked up to his brother his whole life, was made him look like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe I get in that.
However, Logan, if you want to have us on your podcast, hit us up.
No, fuck Logan Paul.
No,
I'm not doing that.
Devin.
Y'all can do that. So I'm skipping that. I'm skipping
Devin's like,
that.
y'all can go get those numbers. I'll skip that
I'll
shit.
skip it. No, fuck that. He's a if you industry, no one's a fan of that man.
Yeah,
So
but
Andrew Tate said something. He's like, he gets viewers. He doesn't have fans. People watch him and talk shit about him. That's his money thing. He doesn't have. No one in the world likes Logan Paul.
that's all that matters. You get the viewers, and then you get the ad. All they have to do is
Yeah, that's all that matters to a psychopath.
yeah, but all you have to do is get them to buy the ad. That's all that matters to most of the world.
To psychopaths, Eric.
Not
But-
Andrew Tate. Yeah, but not Andrew Tate because Hustler University is 100% legit.
That's made a bunch of people money.
Have you signed up for it?
Oh no, not yet.
Have you signed up for it?
The real world, I'm signing up for shortly. Yes.
Yes. It's not like just a weird version of Dave Ramsey. It's 100% more legit than that.
Andrew Tate has saved a lot of men's lives. So
He's a top G. We're bottom boys. You can introduce yourself like that.
No, that's why I said I can't. When Andrew Tate gets on this podcast, we're not the bottom boys. We're the BahaBottomBoyz that day.
We're just the Baja.
Yeah, we're just the Baja that day, guys. I have so much respect for that man, for real.
Andrew Tate gets on the pod. The first story I told was like, "Hey, Devin, remember when your aunt stuck a dildo in your mouth when you were 14?"
That was so fucked up, dude. I'll tell that story, bro. One time when I was 13,
hold
I
on.
We ain't got time for that tonight.
I got 2 minutes. Hold on. I was just sleeping on the couch, bro. I woke up to my aunt laughing with a video camera on her phone and her sticking her dildo in my mouth as I'm sleeping.
It was probably freshly used.
She took a picture of it and sent it to my whole family because, oh, bro, that's why we don't talk.
Is she blood related?
Yes, that's my aunt. That's my mom's sister.
She had a fat ass.
Bro, cut the shit.
Betty, if you're hearing this, what's good?
Sorry if I got a little too passionate about Mike Evans, yo.
I thought you were about to say if you got too passionate about your aunt sticking a dildo in your mouth.
Nah, dude, I was just like, no, fuck y'all, Mike Evans. Let's get it. I mean, you really
Hold up, Devin. You never said. Did she put like just the tip in or like the whole thing in?
Did she go down?
I woke up when I got the whole tip was in my mouth, and I woke up right as the base was starting.
Did she have you deep throating it?
No, the tip was. She got it to where the tip was in, and that's when I woke up.
Lies.
No, there was a picture. Everybody saw it.
Devin's like, well, I won't show you the picture of where the whole thing's down my throat.
Yo, and shout out
He did that for his Tinder when he was looking for dudes.
Yo, shout out to Brianna Hall, man. The one we used to work at McDonald's.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, dude. Tell her
Shout out
whenever her husband is around, she can call me again like she used to.
Shout out to everyone listening to this.
I think she's single right now. Hit her up.
Oh no, not if she's single. I was just doing that to piss her husband off. Or a baby daddy, whatever it was. I love fucking with baby daddies. Except for you, Justin. Love y'all, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All
All
right.
right.
All right,
Peace.
bye.
Bye.